What is going on, guys? My name is Toma, and today I'm bringing you guys another Toma Tales. Now, as you can see by the title, this is a very, very different, unique, and interesting tale that has happened in my life, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I think it makes an awesome tale, and it personally had, a great impact on my life, and I think you guys will completely enjoy this story. So without further ado, let's get right into this tale of how and why I moved in with my PlayStation friend. Actually, there is an interruption, guys. I just want to interrupt the program real quick to let you know if you could please like my video, subscribe, and comment your own tales in life that would interest other people as well. We are one community, so feel free to share your thoughts. I'll definitely be listening to them. So, yeah, that's the last interruption, guys. Let's get right into this tale of how I moved in with my PlayStation friend. So this tale actually goes back about 6 years. So 6 years ago, I was a much younger person. I was about 14 years old 6 years ago. I think it was about 7 years ago. I was about 13, 14 when I met this individual online. And it started off by, all of us just playing PlayStation. We found each other on GTA 5. And, we just decided to, play video games together. We ended up joining a party. And we ended up just constantly playing video games. We got, the more time went on, the closer we got and the more we started hating each other. Because all we would really do was argue, call each other names, tell each other how much we want to beat each other up all the time. GTA 5 is a hostile environment, so you can tell what the party chats were like. There was a lot of ruckus in this, relationship of us being PlayStation friends, but we really weren't friends. We only just joined the party to talk crap to each other and to kill each other on GTA. And throughout these, it started off 7 years ago. We played this, we cycled through a lot of games, but throughout this tenure of us playing video games together, there's a lot of drama, a lot of meeting new people, and a lot of shit talk. There's even one instance where my two brothers, they ended up, they also had a PlayStation, and this individual, we'll name him Jeffrey, he ended up inviting them to a party, and they ended up talking, and he decided to send them a genital pic of mine that he had catfished me with on an app. Sent it to my brothers. That was fun. I ended up blocking him on PlayStation, and that's just an example of something we went through. Just a lot of messed up things in this relationship, this PlayStation relationship. But throughout the years, we always stuck with each other. We always just kind of found, comfort in each other's company at the end of the day or during the day of us playing PlayStation. And this specific tale takes place, the summer of 2020. And that is when I decided to move in with this individual named Jeffrey. But what really propelled us to, move in together and live together is the early summer times, when COVID first started. I was still living in a college dorm, and he was living in California. And I said, hey, COVID's starting, we're not going to work, school's out, you're laid off your job, I'm out of school, let's finally see each other after these 6 years of us, being friends. Being PlayStation friends. Being enemies, guys. We were enemies. You don't know how much, we hated each other. It was like typical 13, 14, 15-year-olds. He's a year older than me, for context. And we would just go at it for hours on hours. And so, one day I was like, all right, let's meet up. And obviously we had planned to like kind of, every day he'd tell me how he would beat my ass and how when he sees me he's gonna beat me up, he's gonna make an example out of me. Because I was kind of the typical little PlayStation shit talker. I had the squeaky voice, I had all the credentials of a shit talking little squirt on PlayStation that everyone hates. Alright guys, I made it far from there. But nevertheless, we decided, we were older now. I was about 19, he was about 20, and we decided, we'll get a little bit more mature. We're still, we've been friends for a long time. Despite all the hatred, there's love between us. We've known each other now. We got to know our whole lives. We've shared deep things with each other because, we were each other's best friends and each other's biggest enemy. And we didn't have a lot of friends on the outside of PlayStation. So we said, you're going to come to Florida, fly out, and we're going to spend the weekend together. And that's what happened. So he books the flight. I ended up picking him up from the airport. Now, Jeffrey's a very, very unique individual. He's very, very weird, but in a subtle, interesting way to where, it's acceptable. But just for an example of this, I get to the airport, and now mind you, we've been talking so much crap for like 6 years, 5 years. We're going to beat each other up, this and that. And, so I don't know what to expect, I'm just going, we're more mature now. We haven't had, crap talk that much lately. So I'm just, I'm at the airport just waiting, and I see this homeless looking guy, this guy has like a big sack over his shoulder, wearing like a whole black leather, trench coat, I would say. And he's just like walking, like, he's kind of far away. I'm like, please don't say that's Jeffrey. Please don't say that's Jeffrey. Like, I knew he was weird, but I don't think he would pull up like this. So I'm just, like, watching this dude, like, walk up with this sack on his back, looking like a bank robber who decided to rob crayons instead of money because, he's not, whatever. So he's just walking towards me. I'm just, like, looking at him, like, okay, that's him. And in typical Jeffrey fashion, he kind of, like, puts his sack down, like, this. He's like, pulls out, he's like, so what's up? Like, what's up? And just, you can tell he's kind of nervous. I got that vibe immediately. Like, I know him very well, so I can tell when he's, like, a nervous, like, trying to, press you and act, a certain way. But I was like, what's up, man? And everything was cordial. We ended up driving back to my college, which was about a 45-minute drive. But mind you, this guy decided to sit in the back of the car. He found it weird if he sat next to me. And he was just, like, recording and, like, taking videos and whatnot. It was, it was his vacation trip. But eventually, about 20 minutes into the ride, he decided to sit next to me in the front seat. And we're just talking, listening to music, and vibing. Now, we get to my college dorm. He's obviously really tired. From California to Florida, it is a big, it's a long flight. And so we just cap off the day. We go to sleep. And the next morning, we do what he came for. Obviously, since we've had a lot of trash talk, we decided to box. Now, he'd been boxing for a long time. He's kind of he's been boxing pretty much his whole life. And, I always thought I was going to get my ass beat. He always telling me he would beat my ass. I mean, you may look at me now. I'm not skinny really anymore. I'm still kind of skinny, but I got, a lot of muscle as well. But back then, I was a lot skinnier. I probably weighed about 140. Now I'm about 160, And so I had no boxing experience really. I'm just naturally talented at a lot of sports I do. I played soccer my whole life, And so we decided to box. It was a friendly box, we just boxing because we just wanted to, spar and see what was up. And so that's what we did. We trained a lot together. We went on jogs. We did calisthenics on the playground, and we also decided to box. And to my complete surprise, I ended up beating his ass pretty bad. He had 2 blue eyes, and and a bloody nose. Which, Jeffrey, I know you're watching this. You're gonna be talking a lot of shit when we talk to each other later, or whenever we do talk. But it is what it is. We ended up boxing. It's fair game, fair respect. He handled it very, very well, which just shows, he's a good human. He has good character. Because there's a lot of flaws in people, and one of them is they can't handle defeat and they'll, get mad at you and stuff. He handled it like a class act. So a lot of respect for him for that. I could just tell he was a good person. So, we decide one night, this was, one of the last few nights, we decided to go on Tinder and try and get some girls. Now, he ended up bringing 2 girls to my dorm. One of them, it was funny, he was supposed to lose his virginity to that girl, but it didn't really end up happening, so he sent her home. And then he invited this other chick, and I ended up having sex with her. And then we sent her home. And yeah, that was that night. And the next few nights, the next night I ended up going back to that girl's house and having sex again. And then, we were just hanging out like brothers, we really got along super duper well. We were like, we could tell there was a real good vibe, we connected and we could see, it made a lot of sense for us to, continue to hang out. We appreciate each other's company, and it was all cool. It was all fun. We had so much fun, We were just living the free life. But eventually, the 3 days had ended. I think he stayed here for 3 or 4 days. It had ended. I drove him to the airport, and he had flown back to California. But after this experience with him, I was like, man, screw this college. COVID's happening. I'm not trying to go through all this and be alone all summer, because I was just the only one at the dorm because everyone had left because of COVID. So I was like, man, I don't want to stay here. What if I moved to California? What if we moved in together, got a place in California? And that is exactly what we did. And before I get into that story, guys, I'm going to need you guys to hold tight, because that is a whole another part 2 of the journey we took together driving to California and my time in California before it came to an end. So guys, if you're excited for part 2 of this insane, part 1 was really just the introduction of Jeffrey, our connection, our history together, and our time in Florida, our very short-lived weekend. But part 2 is where shit goes down, where all of our memories were made, where history was made. And just the trip alone from Florida to California, it is a 3-day trip. It is a 40-hour trip. And the things that happen on that trip is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm not over-exaggerating, guys. But that is for another day. I'll upload that as well very soon, guys. So if you do want the part 2 and you're excited, let me know. I will bring it to you. But for today, that's all I got. Toma Tales is done for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed this tale of my life. And be free to like the video if you appreciate my content. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.